Hey, what's up YouTube? My name is YesterGames, and this is going to be a short little mini series on the channel. As you may or may not know, I am doing a series on the channel where I create 50 CAWs on WWE 2K17. I figured that I'm making the CAWs, I might as well do a CAW showcase for people who don't want to watch the whole video slash stream of me making the CAW, or just want to see the attire, apparel, etc. Now, before we get started, I do want to have a slight disclaimer. It took me a while to get used to the game and have ideas, so I think the first couple of cars that I made don't look the best in terms of maybe their attire isn't the best, or maybe I messed up on something physically with them in terms of body or face or something. So this is what's going on currently, and all the cars are still subjected to change. If I have an idea for somebody, then I probably will test it out. But this is how the cars are right now. Also, another disclaimer, I'll be doing 4 episodes of this mini-series, 12 people each, and that will equal 50. So enough disclaimers, let's get started. This is the first car that I made on this game. His name is Adrian Young, and apparently that's a generic name. As you can see, he has the Hulk Hogan colors, the red and yellow. I thought that would be cool, but I think I was mistaken. And he has the too young on his back, Adrian Young. I thought my idea was that he's too young for bad things. So if you remember, uh, this isn't what I was thinking about when I had this done, but it's a good way to think about it. Matt Hardy in WWE around the time, I think it was before Lita and Edge rivalry, but it was sometime before that. It said Hardy can't die, I believe is what the shirt was called, and that's kind of what it was for this. So the equivalent of that is too young to die, too young to lose, and things of that nature. And this is his entrance attire. Same thing, of course, jacket, necklace, and on the back it says too young to quit. So that will give you some idea of what the gimmick is. Too young for bad things to happen. And here is the second attire. I'm keeping the red and yellow Hulk Hogan, memorabilia, I guess, in memory of when we thought he was a good guy. Sorry, I had to breathe. This is the second attire. Change up the trunks. I thought it would look pretty cool, and honestly, I don't think it does. I don't think it does now. I thought it was okay before. I might change up the second attire. And this is what the ring attire is. And this is what the entrance attire is. Unfortunately, this shirt has holes in the back of it, so I don't have anything written on the back. But on the front, you can obviously see too damn young. I actually don't have an age uh, involved in this character. Maybe he's 20 something, which explains the 2. It's just missing a 0 or some other variation of a number, or maybe he's 2 years old. And I mean, he is pretty young to be wrestling if he's 2 years old. But that's enough with Adrian Young, and let's move on to the next car. And here is our next car, Adam Steele. You can see it clearly right there on the tights. This is what I was referring to when I said my disclaimer. It took me a while to get used to the game and to have ideas. Now this car is extremely subjective to change. I'm probably gonna change this tights. That's something that's probably gonna happen because I have a lot of free space and not a whole lot done with it. So this is subjected to change. Now, my original idea for Adam Steele was the steel part in general. I don't know why I had this idea, but I had the idea of Steele and him having a shirt. He's very country, and he would have like a shirt that says Steel City Boy. It'll be country and it'll be, that kind of thing. But that did not work out like at all. That was a horrible idea. So instead, I made the steel, uh, not his gimmick, but I guess his attitude. He's hard as steel, stronger than steel, shinier than steel, as you can see, the belt. It is the metallic material, while the boots have the vinyl. And this is where this came from. I I think it looks okay, but I don't think it's really worth keeping. This attire does not have an entrance attire. He enters shirtless with the exact same necklace as before. Now this, on the other hand, is when he goes kind of heel. Or not kind of heel, but he goes heel. And he changes his whole look to match another heel persona. He cuts his hair, he gets rid of the muffin chops and switches it with a goatee. And you can obviously see, it's very clear, the NWO on his new trunks. Now my idea was that now he's heel, he's he's the Prince Devitt to the Bullet Club. Prince Devitt went heel and he started the Bullet Club. He goes heel, he recreates the NWO with his own image involved in it, slash his own teammates. So this is his NWO attire, NWO knee pad, NWO on the tights, and obviously I'm keeping the black and white, and the only thing that's metallic here is those little stripes there. Because he is still Adam Steele, I thought it would be kind of cool to have, he's still Adam Steele, just now Steele is NWO. And his entrance attire, just pretty basic. Him the NWO shirt on. The NWO logo, that's like the real logo. And that's it for Adam Steele. Now let's move on to another Caw. I think, honestly, before we move on, I want your guys' opinion on this particular attire, and I'm probably going to ask for some more opinions on some other attires. Some of them I know are not the best, and I have ideas kind of in the works, so I'm not asking. Or you can still, chat in the comments below and see and tell me what you think. But some of them I'm going to be explicitly asking for ideas or thoughts. This is one of them because uh, I'm not sure what to do. I know I have to do something because there's a lot of free space that I haven't used. It's not, it's going to change. Let's just leave it like that. Alright, so now we can work on the next Caw. Alright, do the next Caw. This is AJ Gates. I'm not sure if you can tell by how he looks, but this particular attire is kind of inspired by AJ Styles. I think this is this is where I start getting better in terms of how they look, 'cause I think he looks better. You may remember him from one of the other earlier episodes. I had a very hard time creating this Caw during the stream of me making it because I just, the idea that I really wanted to work, couldn't make it work. It was a bad idea or I did it wrong, one or the other. So I had to make an update video of what I did after the stream to make this Caw look good. You can see I put on tights for the AJ and then the gates. Unfortunately, for some reason, letters don't stay rotated. Gate is supposed to be read vertically instead of horizontally, but for some reason, they don't stay vertical. The letters don't, so it's kind of forced stuck like this. And there's a little green skull right here. It's kind of digital skull, which I kind of liked. I thought it looked cool. And the colors are green because I realized when I made this Caw, a lot of my other people had red on, which is weird because my favorite color is blue, so it's weird if I put my red, and I didn't want a whole lot of my people to have red on. If I had like a 6-man battle royal, I don't want 4 of those guys to be wearing the exact same color, red and black or red and white. So he's kind of a different color. And he has no entrance attire for this. It's the exact same thing, just like Adam Steele. But he does have a manager attire, which some other Caws do. Sometimes I don't have an idea for an alternate attire, because I don't want to make something work, or I think that the attire I have is good and it works all around. So I will make a manager attire. I don't know why, but I'm very favorited of apparently guys coming out in jackets but no shirts. Apparently that's just my style. I don't walk out of the house like this because I don't think I want to hurt anybody with my body and how my body looks. But these guys with these abs, they can do that and pull it off. The one thing I'm kind of self-conscious about is his face, because I think it looks good, but you can see his hair color and then the mustache goatee combo here. I kind of wish it was lighter, but I can't really figure out a way to make it look good. This is kind of what I'm stuck with for that. So this is kind of where we're at here. I think I'm gonna keep this how it is. This is one of the Caws I'm really happy with in terms of how it looked, how it turned out. This is gonna be a Caw I'm gonna stick with in terms of his apparel. One time, I guess whenever I put him in the universe mode and the universe mode starts up, he will, I don't know, maybe if I want him to change his gimmick, or if I want him to look a little bit different or do something different, then I'll change to the attire. But just I don't really think that I'm going to change it as of right now. Alright, so on to the next Caw. Okay, on to the next Caw. This one looks extremely different, as you can obviously see. His name is Alpha Green, and you can obviously see why I had green in the name. And he has Alpha Green on the back. And for this Caw, I wanted my first masked wrestler to look really cool. And I think he looks really cool. I think this is a good looking Caw. It's really different, which is why I liked it. The luchador style is really cool. Now, the one thing I'm not very happy with this attire is not the mask itself, but how I did it. There's only one mask that covers up the entire face, and that's Sin Cara, and I didn't want to use that. I don't like it. It doesn't really work because Sin Cara's mask kind of looks like it's kind of glamorous. It has some sparkles. It can't be straight black like this one is. So what I did was I used some mask, obviously with the mouth hole. You can obviously see it right there. I zoomed in on it. And I used a face cover. I believe the easiest way to describe it is what the Shield wore at one of the WrestleManias. I believe they were facing Big Show, Randy, and Sheamus. They walked in and they had the like the skull face covers on. It was really cool, and that's like a lot of people like love that from. And it's kind of that. Now it sucks when you see this in this format, but you cannot see this during a match, which is kind of what I think about. So this looks crappy here, but in a match, would you really see this? In a match, would you notice his eye color? In a match, would you notice like this one little dot on his left, I don't know, like his left nipple or something? And it's weird because you won't see it during a match, but you see it during the entrance, because he opens his mouth a couple times in the entrance, and you just see like all this black fabric. It looks really weird. If you want to see it, you can go back to his stream. I don't know which one it is. I can't remember which one it is. And when he opens his mouth for the entrance that I gave him, you can kind of see it, and it looks kind of weird. But obviously, for this Caw, he doesn't have a entrance attire. He enters like this. And I'm pretty happy with how this attire is. Now, skipping on to the next attire, he is joining Adam Steele in his recreation of the NWO. Obviously, when he goes heel in a big way. He takes off the mask. And this is what his face looks like. I had to do some work on this a little bit. But this is what his face looks like. He has a beard. Might cut that because I realized when I made my last Caw that a lot of my guys have facial hair, and I don't want that to be a theme. I want it to be kind of random, but it is not. A lot of my guys have facial hair. It's more rare to not see facial hair. But this is his face, and I think it looks pretty good. This right here, though, this wrinkle, that's pissing me off. Don't know how I did it, so I don't know how to fix it. Gonna kind of just ignore that. He has the 27095 on his shoulder. I had an idea for that. I swear to God, I had an idea for what that was. Cannot remember. I don't know what that means, but I'm too stupid or too stubborn to take it off because I have the feeling that I'll remember it like I don't know, like midnight in like 4 days, and I'll be like, oh, that's what it was. and then I'll choose to delete it after or not. But if it's something good, I'm gonna leave it on, and probably leave it on, because even if I do remember, I'm too lazy to actually change it. So going on to the rest of the attire, NWO is the theme here, black and white. He keeps the boots and the knee pads, but of course now they're black and white. I love these boots, by the way. I was gonna say knee pads for a minute, my bad. I love these boots, by the way. You can obviously see I love these boots. And his trunks are NWO, black on the front, white on the back, white NWO right there. And that's his NWO wrestling attire, or his ring attire. And here is his NWO entrance attire. Of course, the same thing, except he has an NWO shirt on. Except instead of the design for the NWO, it has the New World Order. What the actual acronym for NWO is, which I feel like some people wouldn't know. And that's just what the shirt is. Nothing on the back here. I might add something to the back, just because it looks. I might add the actual NWO logo just for the sake of having it. But this is the shirt right now. The NWO New World Order. I apologize for my stuttering. I don't want to say I'm nervous, but I'm trying to make this kind of good. I want you guys to enjoy the Caw Showcase here. But skipping on to the next Caw. Alright, so on to the next Caw. Here we have Jackson Page. This is my first bald person, so that's something good to know. Little fun fact there. He's bald, besides the facial hair. And you can see the gloves. I think my idea for him was that he's my brawler. He punches, he kicks, more punches than kicks, but he still kicks every now and again. And he is a submission artist. So his finishing move is a submission. It's the STF camel clutch. I believe it's the first one. The one where he has to stand to do it. So it gives you kind of the opportunity to reverse it. And this is the attire. So obviously the tap out on the front. So, you know, his finisher is submission move, tap out makes complete sense. The red and blue makes sense too for the tap out logo. And I love these knee pads. Like, the knee pads are something really cool to me. I don't know why I love these knee pads so much, but I do. You guys tell me what you think about these knee pads. So this is his first attire. He does not have an entrance attire for this one. And this is his second attire. He now has a singlet on, which I kind of think I like more than I like the tights. I'm sorry, not the tights, the trunks. Because there are some pretty dope singlets in this game. I'm going to be so honest. Like, there are some pretty cool singlets. 2K did a good job adding in some new gear. So this is the singlet version of this. Of course, the tap out logo is still the same. He has an elbow pad now. That's a little bit new. But everything else is majority the exact same except the singlet. So I'm kind of open to change on this one as well as Adam Steele. Tell me what you guys think about this attire too. Or not this attire, but this character and the attires. I'm kind of open to change for both of these because while I like them, I feel like I'm missing something here. I feel like something is there's a drop in quality maybe, or there's a drop in creativity. So tell me what you guys think about these two attires. If you think they're good, or if you think I'm just tripping, or if I'm just being a little bit too self-conscious. But anyway, let's go on to the next Caw. Okay, so this is a very happy time for me. I'm very proud of this Caw. His name is Drake Adams, and I'm very proud of how this Caw looks. I think he looks really cool. I'm very happy with overall the attire. I have the New Day boots on, and they have his logo. I have the tights. The logo is still right there. The Seth Rollins vest. I think it looks very good overall. My idea when I was creating this Caw was, I don't know if you've seen the CWC. It was on like every Wednesday night for like the past 2 months or so. It's now ended, but during that CWC time, there was this guy on there, and his name was Mustafa Ali. I think he got eliminated in like the first or second round. Now, this guy he was wearing like a vest during all his matches. Not a Shield vest, not a Roman Reigns vest, but it looked really cool, and that's where I took inspiration from. So if you ever want to see where I got my idea for this call was, go look up Mustafa Ali on YouTube or just watch Raw, because I'm pretty sure he is on the Cruiserweight division, or he might still be on NXT. But I genuinely just like how his attire is, so that's what I took inspiration from. Like I said, he has the design right here and on the boots. And this was the new feature that they added recently, the stitches, or the stitch. I feel like stitches is something else. This is something I enjoy. I think I did a good job on the stitch. It looks like they line up almost perfectly, except that little bit at the bottom right there. But otherwise, I think it looks really cool. Now, on to the next attire. Here we have another NWO. My idea for the NWO, because we've had three guys with the NWO idea already, is that there are going to be 5 members in the recreation of the NWO, and here we have 3 out of 5. He's keeping the design, but changing up, of course, the black and white. He has NWO on his on the vest now, just so everybody knows who he's representing. Cuz he's changing up the tights to New Day tights. I don't know why that's happening. Uh, I can't really change that. But he still has his old design right here. Design still stays the same. And I actually really like this. I am so not open to change on this one because I love him and I love how he looks. He's currently the favorite Caw, or my favorite that I created. He's my favorite. And wow, I feel really stupid right now because the logos are different. One's a koi fish, I believe. Now I feel even more stupid because they're not different at all. So I feel retarded. I apologize. Yeah, okay, I see what happened. They're different colors, which is why I got confused. I apologize. My stupidity just kind of skyrocketed there. It's over 9,000. So this is his NWO attire. I do like this attire. I was gonna put NWO in letters on the back, but I changed my mind on that. Combination of I put NWO, like I have it right here, and then try to rotate the letters. Didn't work because it doesn't work. But it occurred to me to just put NWO as one single entity. An N, a W, and an O instead of NWO. So this is his NWO attire. Very proud of how he looks. I'm very proud of him. And he has no entrance attire because he doesn't need one. Just look at him. No entrance attire is needed. Maybe a jacket if he ever becomes like a grand, I don't know, a grand NWO member or something, a grand superstar. But I hope you guys could enjoy him. I'm not open to changes on his attire, but I want to know what you guys think about some of the Caws you've seen so far. Uh, I will explicitly say, like I've had said before, with Adam Steele or with Jackson Page, who I'm taking advice for. Some of them I just think look awesome. Alright, so let's move on to the next Caw. Alright, and here we are with Austin Ali. Um, this makes me kind of sad because I feel like I didn't do as well a job with him attire-wise as I did with other Caws. So he is subjected to change extremely, and I'm open to ideas. How I had the idea was is that he's going to be part of a tag team that are going to be called the Top Guys. So that's what is. I'm gonna, no matter what the ideas are, I'm probably gonna change the trunks. I'm gonna keep the colors though. I like the blue, white, and blue. I said the blue, white, and blue. I didn't. I meant the blue, brown, and blue. I apologize for that. I like the boots and knee pad combo, but I don't think I did a very good job overall. How everything comes together looks strange to me. I'm open to ideas on how he should change his look. Not a whole lot to say about that one. His entrance attire is still the tag team kind of thing. Top guy number one, and his partner, which I will create later, will be top guy number two, and he'll look a little bit different, but still keep the blue, white, and brown colors alive. Let me say before we move on to the next attire, I like these boots. Before we move on to the next attire, I'm very fond of these boots. I don't know why. I think they're kind of different from what I have been using, so I like them. I enjoy different things. Now, moving on to his next attire, of course, no one stays in a tag team forever, so this is when he goes solo on his own. Austin Ali is why there's an A here. For some reason, it resembles the Avengers design of the A. He's keeping the blue and white alive, but he's cutting the brown for black. So here it is, and on the back, you can see the guy instead of top guy. I'm not sure what I had in mind when I was doing that. I feel like I might change that to the top guy instead of top guy number one, which would make more sense. Now, I'm not really fond of the knee pads. I have this weird thing where I really like it, where knee pads connect to boots. I don't like a whole lot of knee pad skin to boot ratio. It's kind of, imagine me wearing these, but also having Alberto Del Rio knee pads on. The ratio of skin compared to knee pad and boots is weird to me, and I don't like that. So this is all I could really do to connect them. Although I might have to get used to the idea of having some skin ratio, because this kind of looks dumb. Might change it, might not. I like this particular attire overall, but I don't like the first one. This attire I do enjoy more. Moving on to his entrance attire I think is where I did better. Obviously the guy. Like it says on the back of his trunk, you can't see, so I don't know why I rotated this way. The guy, still the Avengers style A, except now it's slightly more upright. And there's not a lot to say about this particular character. I think due to I'm gonna call it a lapse of creativity. I had a hard time making this Caw, so again, I'm very open to ideas about how to make his attire look better. I'm not gonna change his face though. I think I really like how his face turned out, especially with that facial hair. The goatee, not the goatee, I'm sorry. The muffin chops, the sideburns, whatever you want to call it, come from the hair, so I can't really delete the muffin chops without deleting the hair too. I think I might keep these all in one, because I really like how this looks. I enjoy the facial hair going on here. But anyway, let's move on to the next Caw. Alright, you guys, so this is Lewis Danger. If you've been watching or have you been enjoying my career mode series, this is the Caw from my career mode series. Except this is the first incarnation, I'm sorry, of his attire. It's been changing multiple times. You can go back and watch the career mode, and you can see his attire changed from this to that to this to that constantly. This is the very first attire that I had planned. I think it looks okay for what it was the first attire. I think it looks kind of okay now. I might delete the dangers here and just use the word danger and maybe put it over this right here. But overall, I think his attire looks pretty decent. I like what I did with the knee pads slash boots. I like this. This looks pretty cool to me. I don't know why, but it does. And I haven't addressed this because I don't think I nearly noticed it on some other guys, but this is something I'm really interested in that they added back to the game, the body hair option. It looks really good on this game. I just want to point that out. Some people tend to notice things that I don't do, that I don't notice when they delete something or add something into a game. Like, I didn't notice when they deleted the body hair feature from one of the other games. I think it was 2K50 that they deleted it from. But I knew it when they gave it back. Actually, you know, it's kind of weird. You can't see his abs very much with that body hair. But I still think it looks pretty cool. Now, I exported this Caw from career mode the minute I finished his moveset and everything. So he has no second attire, and I might not create one. As you can see from my career mode, if you want to go back and watch that, you have the power to, but I'm just going to give you a quick little summary. There was a short time where I was trying to make him turn face, but due to a rivalry, I became heel more than ever. So, I might do the face attire that I was going to do for him. It's kind of, I'm ditching the black and red for white and blue. And that's what that was going to be. So I might change the attire that's open to his face attire, but I'm not really sure yet. And this is his entrance attire. It's a Seth Rollins vest, obviously. This is before I had Drake Adams, by the way. So he's the first to use this. And obviously you can see he has the danger zone right there. I had this idea because I was thinking about Archer at the time, and during some of the seasons, he had this thing with, I think, a Burt Reynolds movie, where he would constantly say the term "danger zone," and it was that stuck with me. It's a good show. That made it like through to me. Just that like that catchphrase alone for a while. So that's something that was happening during this. That was running through my mind, and as I've said, attire slot number 2. I might create another attire, I might not. This attire technically isn't heel or face, but I feel like black is a heel color and red kind of bona fides that color. I feel like black and blue don't really go together in a heel format, at least not alone. So that's it for this one. He's going by a little bit faster because he doesn't have a second attire. But now let's move on to 2 other guys who are the tag team, the only tag team that I have currently in this Caw little showcase that I have going on right here. Let's move on to Myles White. Alright, so continuing on with the showcase, this is Myles White. Except Myles White is not his full name. His full name is Superstar Myles White. And just a quick little thing, this attire is not the attire he had when I created him. I changed this like just before I started doing the recording for this, because how it was, uh, the Macho Man trunks, the 3 stars on the back, I had that, and then I had his full name, Superstar Myles White, on the back. But during a match, you could not see that. It looked very glitchy and blocky and wrong. So I changed this to this. Super on the front, star on the back, and you can obviously tell who he is. Superstar Myles White. So that's the entrance attire. And now we can go on to his entrance attire. This. He comes up with a leather jacket, Dean Ambrose style, with zippers on the arm sleeves, which I've never really noticed, but look cool. And that's what that is. That's kind of self-explanatory. Not a whole lot to really show you about the entrance attire. So let's go on to the attire number 2. No entrance attire for this one, but he does change his look from trunks to a singlet. I enjoy this. I don't know why. I enjoy singlets now. I think it's because of American Alpha that singlets are making a comeback. That's a good thing though. So obviously it's a singlet, nothing on the back of it, but super, and the super is in a star, so you can kind of see where, if you can't know what that is, then I can't help you. Superstar, and obviously I think the boots and the knee pads are changed. So tell me what you guys think about this attire. This is a change from what I originally created. So I want to see how do you guys think about this, if this looks bad or good or not in your guys' opinion. I'm curious. And let's move on to the next Caw. His tag team partner slash his bodyguard. I'll explain when we see him. Strongman William Briggs. Alright, so on to Superstar Myles White's bodyguard slash tag team pyre? Those aren't words. Tag team partner, I'm sorry. Strongman William Briggs. Now I think I did overall very good with this attire. But one thing is kinda making me self-conscious. Some of you guys can tell me out there, his skin tone, I feel like I messed it up. And I'm not 100% sure how to fix it. I don't know if I think I need to make it darker, but I'm not sure. I have some confidence stuff with me, so I need a little bit of reassurance here. Tell me what you guys think about his skin tone. Tell me if you think it looks weird. I think honestly it looks a little bit orange to me, and that's why I need to change it. But again, I need some other people's perspective on this. So this is his wrestling attire. He is the bodyguard for Superstar Myles as well as his tag team partner. My idea was for him to be the Diesel to Miles's Shawn Michaels. And he's kind of like a bigger guy, as you can see. I believe Superstar Myles, if you didn't notice, was in the top right corner of the screen. He's a cruiserweight. So that makes sense for him to be a heavyweight, him to be a cruiserweight, and then they kind of go hand in hand, bodyguard and, uh, well, body being guarded, I suppose. And he has the word strong spear on his trunks because his finishing move is a spear. Now that's his wrestling attire. This is his bodyguarding attire. He comes out in jeans, shoes, and a jacket, looking kind of tough. I thought this resembled what I really thought bodyguards should do. They look kind of buff, kind of intimidating, because of course you're a bodyguard. You want to, intimidate the small people. Don't bring a gun in here. I'll get my bodyguard on you. And this is what I thought he would kind of look like. Tell me what you guys think. The jacket isn't the best. I couldn't change this blue, I believe. I might be wrong about that because I can't remember, but I don't think I can change the blue. So I might go back and look at it later, maybe change the jacket up. But as of right now, it's going to remain the same. So that's his bodyguard attire and his superstar attire. Alright, so we're going to go on to the next Caw, and I'll explain why this is his name in the next part, but his name is Justice. Okay, so this is Justice. The idea that I had when I was making this Caw was Drew Galloway when he debuted in TNA. Basically, he was trying to, or his gimmick was he was going to revolutionize pro wrestling. And that's an idea that I really thought was super cool. He's a revolutioner. He's like the CM Punk of TNA, the savior. He's going to revolutionize. He didn't really do that, but the idea was what was important to me. So this is what the idea was had. He looks very basic, but his in-ring skills are what make him the guy he is. So he has the camo Titus O'Neil trunks, camouflage, black, white, dark gray, and light gray. And then on the back, in red and big letters, you can see the word revolution. And he will revolutionize pro wrestling. And a quick little thing here, I want to see if anybody noticed this. He's one of the few guys that I created that doesn't have like a 16 pack of this like hardcore abs working out in the gym like 4 times a day. I just found that like something interesting. And this attire, not a lot to say about it, because this is one of those guys where he doesn't look the best, but his in-ring skills will make him memorable. Because think about it like Finn Balor. Finn Balor wears black trunks, black tights, not tights, black trunks, black knee pads, and black boots most of the time, and people still love him. He only just recently changed to wearing, I think, like Finn on his knee pads and Finn on his trunks. But when he was in the indie as Prince Devitt, the most I would see is an AX on his trunks, which is assuming I'm guessing where they're made from or something. Now this is his entrance attire. The Revolution still little black shirt. It's on the side. Unfortunately for this game, you can't rotate letters. You can do it, but they don't stay rotated. If you do something, they tend to go back to their default way. So basically, if I did all this nonsense, I got the black shirt and I made Revolution, and then I tilted it, that would be the last thing I have to do. I can't do that and then add in a arm sleeve or add in this or that. That has to be the very last thing. And Revolution is kind of a longer word. So what 2K did was you can only add in eight words. And Revolution might be uh equal to that. I actually don't know. Revolutio. Yeah. Revolution is longer than 8. So it wouldn't work. Even if it did, I have to have like 20 something letters for Revolution on the back of his trunks and on the shirt. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with in terms of his entrance attire. But it's not a big deal for me. I enjoy it. Now here comes his manager attire. Now he doesn't necessarily need one, but I thought it was cool because his wrestling attire is something that's very diverse, where he could be a face using that thing, or he could be a heel using it. And I've said it with I believe AJ Gates. Apparently, the style for me is going out with a jacket on and no shirt underneath it. I do that in real life, but I do it, unlike these guys, zipped up all day, hot or not, and I come home if it's hot, sweating, because obviously I can't let everybody see my body. I don't want to hurt anybody. But this is his manager attire. Comes down to the ring, maybe scouting for his faction, the Revolution. Comes down like this, scouting guys in jeans that apparently are sagging, which look kind of bulky now that I think about it. Strange. Alright, so that's Justice. I didn't think his name needed a first name, and I don't think I'm gonna add one because I really enjoy just having that one name in there. I don't use it a whole lot. A lot of the guys I have a first and a last name, but I think this works. Alright, so we're almost done. Let's go to our last Caw. Alright, you guys, this is our last Caw. His name is Frankie Diamond. You can almost see the diamond on front of the trunks. I really like this Caw. I think besides Drake Adams, this is a Caw I think I did really well on apparel-wise. You can see the little, I guess that's the captain's skull for the captain's hat on his head, on his left pec. I think he looks really cool. His face really, I think his face is like the best thing I'm proud of right now, because I think I did a really good job on his face. The dreadlocks, or not the, yeah, dreadlocks, I'm sorry. I, I thought I had it wrong, but I'm right. Look good. I think his upper body looks good. I really like these trunks that I did. It was very hard for me to get this diamond logo because I thought I could make it with logos in game. Tried it. You can watch it on stream. It looked like crap. Looked horrific. So I had to go to Google, look up that, and that's how I got that diamond logo. And of course, diamond on the back. And basically, knee pads and boots are pretty basic. Well, the boots aren't as basic. They have a little white thing right there, a little spot there. He has no entrance attire. Oh. Well, don't I look stupid? This is my Caw, and I don't know his attire. Don't I look stupid? So I apologize for that. He does have an entrance attire. He does have an entrance attire. I'm sorry, I talk fast sometimes. I'll try to slow it down so you don't, misunderstand my words. Entrance attire, diamond on the left pec, covering up the tattoo. That's pretty obvious. And on the back, diamond in the rough. Diamond, obviously, his name is Diamond, Frankie, in the rough, and the rough is referring to his brand. Everybody else in his brand is the rough. They're just, well, they're rough. They're not as good as him. He's the diamond in the rough. Now, his next attire is a manager attire. I do this when I think that an attire is not, not, it works generally. I'm sorry for the stuttering. I was trying to find out what I was trying to say. It works generally. So his wrestling attire could be heel or face. It doesn't say you suck on it. It doesn't say anything like that. It's a heel or face attire. So when I think I like that, or I don't want to do another attire that's wrestling, I do a manager attire, which is what this is. The precious diamond on the front, jeans, black and white shoes. I don't know why I left his arm and wrist tape on, but I think it looks kind of cool. And here's what it says on the back. I am a diamond, you are not. Frankie 2016. I thought that was like the coolest thing when I was making this. I thought that looked so cool. I'm a diamond, you are not. Now that's pretty heel. That's heel right there. But I thought it looked really cool. So tell me what you guys think about my cause. This is the first episode out of the 4 that we're going to have, 12 in each episode. I think that the cause overall for the first half of this looked pretty decent. I have some work to do on some people like Adam Steele or Jackson Page maybe. Austin Ali I think has some work to be done. But I think overall a lot of the cause I did look pretty cool. So tell me what you guys think about the cause. Tell me if you have any ideas about how an attire should be changed, or you have an idea for even a gimmick that I could use to make another Caw. Alright, hope you guys can enjoy this Caw Showcase, and I will see you guys in the next video. Remember, you want to be the diamond in the rough.